Hi, I'm the Gadget Guru, Andy Parr, and you're watching TheVog.net. I'm here at Volusia Motorsports in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. Wait, that's a victory dealer, right?
Yes, it is.
Here with me is DSJR, formerly known as DSJR 70. We can call him Don. A victory dealership, right?
Victory in KTM.
What's this thing doing here?
It's the victory version of a sport touring bike.
No, this isn't an April Fool's joke. Don has recently just sold his 2012 Victory Crossroads LE #1 to our friend, the voice of reason, the Vog, Phoenix. And you just purchased, and this was kind of on a whim, wasn't it?
No, really, I started talking about this a year ago online, trying to figure out what was the right sport touring bike for me. And recently I just decided that it was time to do it.
Okay, Don, so this is your new 2012 Kawasaki Concours 14. I don't know anything about this bike other than it's a neat-looking sport touring bike. Why don't you tell me about it?
Really, I don't know that much about it either. I'm in the learning stages too. It's 1400, or actually 1352 cc. I believe it's the same motor as the ZX14 Ninja, so it's got a lot of power. It's somewhere around the 145 horsepower, I believe. So it's not, 160 horsepower. So it definitely gets up and goes. It's got a lot of neat features on it that really caught my attention. The keyless ignition, electric windshield, traction control.
You say keyless ignition. How does that work?
You just hold your little key fob and put it in your pocket.
Let me see that. Okay. So you just have the key fob, just like your car. So it's just a proximity sensor. If this is within a certain range, then you can start the bike?
Correct. You just push down on the button there and it'll search for the receiver. And once it sees the receiver, it'll let you move the button or the switch to whatever position you need it to be in.
You just need to make sure if you have your key, you have fresh batteries. Keep an extra battery hidden on the bike somewhere.
Well, no, because they even thought about that. You could pull your key out and start it manually if you really need to.
So it's similar to a lot of the keyless systems that cars have, that they give you an emergency contact as well.
Yeah, and this thing actually plugs into the top of the switch if it runs out of battery, and it'll power it.
Well, now, tell us about your side bags. I know Victory has quick release bags. How does this one work?
These are really neat. They come...
Okay, you have a key lock here?
You got a key lock. You pop it out. And
it doesn't get too much easier than that.
No, and you could actually ride around without the bags on. You don't have to keep them on.
So there's no exposed belt or anything?
No.
Is this drive shaft?
Yeah, drive.
So it's a shaft drive, so there's nothing exposed down there. And then to put them back on, you just put it in the guide holes and...
It's a little tougher from this angle.
Okay, but then it pops right in. Now, did you get the trunk on this?
Yes, I have the trunk. I didn't put it on.
Okay. Is it as easy to take off?
Yeah, it just snaps in, and it's about a 15-20 second install.
Now, is it one key for everything?
Yes.
How about the riding position? You're coming from a cruiser going to a sport tour.
The riding position, a little bit of a challenge right now. I got to get used to it again, but I did come off of sport bikes, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to go back to a sport touring bike. I would like the saddlebags. You know, that's the one thing I missed about sport bikes, but I like the speed of this, and I have the saddlebags, and each one's big enough to hold the helmet, so they're huge.
Now, this is a relatively tall seat height, isn't it?
It was.
What did it start off to be, and what'd you do?
It started off around 32 inches, and I put Soupy's lowering links on it, which are adjustable. Right now, it's down about 2 inches.
Now, you just put that on today, so you really haven't had time to test that out.
Right, I haven't rode it at all since it's been on there.
Now, I did notice, because I sat on it, and I was all tiptoe. Now, I'm 5'6", but I noticed it was tilted it felt a little top-heavy off the stand. What gives with that?
It is because he had to cut the kickstand when I put the lowering kit on, so he cut and welded it, and not sure if I wanted to bring the bike down a little bit lower, so he cut it a little short. So if I drop the bike down another inch or two, the kickstand will be the perfect height, and the bike will be leaning at the right angle, so it won't feel top heavy anymore.
Okay, I know you haven't logged many miles, but it's an electric windscreen. How is it? What's the buffeting situation, dirty air? How you doing on that?
There is absolutely no buffeting. You just adjust the windshield to keep you out of the dirty air, and it works great.
What do you think that this bike is doing right in terms of the no buffeting situation? That some people are complaining about Victory. They have to modify their screens or lowers or add this and that on it to get this type of feel.
Well, it's all the adjustable windshield. I mean, I had a Vision with the adjustable windshield. I had no buffeting problems on it. You just raise it or lower it depending on your speed. The other bikes just don't have it. I don't know why they didn't put it on at least across country. They could have put it on there, or should have.
It's your prediction that they'll be doing that in the near future?
Yeah, I would say so. They have to.
Okay, anything else you want to add on it? Granted, I know you haven't had it that long.
It's fast. It comes factory with TPMS, which I love.
That's a tire pressure monitoring system.
Yeah, and just all the gauges are in the perfect position. The center readout, you could see everything clearly.
So you feel like kind of it's a sport tourer that you could take this thing on the highway and, just spend all day on.
As soon as I put the risers on, I could spend all day. Right now it's in a tough lean position. It's really aggressive more than touring. They definitely concentrated on the sport portion.
Now, you've had a Vision across country before. How's it going to feel having a touring bike? Something you're going to get on the road and take long rides on. But you don't have GPS incorporated, and you don't have a radio on this bike. What's your thought on that?
Well, the radio doesn't bother me too much because I listen through my Scala headset. So I listen to the radio through that when I want to listen to the radio. And navigation, they sell a really nice navigation bracket for this. It bolts right up to the handlebars, and you don't even notice it's there.
So any last closing words in talking about your Kawasaki Concours?
Yeah, they should have put cruise control on it. I didn't realize that till after I bought the bike.
There should be a law. If you're going to sell a touring bike, it should have cruise control. My opinion, it should have some kind of audio system or pre-wired for it, and it should have some sort of connection to GPS already in there. My opinion on it. But, there's a lot of people that have logged thousands of miles on bikes without those. I mean, how long do you think you'll keep this bike?
I don't know. This was a stepping stone for me. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go on a sport touring bike. I didn't know if my body could handle it. So it's really a stepping stone. I'll probably keep it a year, make sure I do like it, and then I may move over to Mark's bike.
Up to a BMW.
Yeah, when he sells his.
Okay. Well, now, granted, in a moment we're going to show you Mark or MJW 930's new BMW. But let me point out that for the price of his one bike, you could almost buy two of yours.
Actually, I could buy two. So it was exactly.
So if you look at value, and I think that's what other reviewers have said, this is a great bang for the buck buy.
Yeah, it really is, and I watched that online video that was on the blog that Mark put up, and the guys didn't have anybody talk to him about how to operate the controls on the bike. That's why he was getting the jumpy brakes, because you could actually shut the ABS off and the lane.
Yeah, that's right. You have adjustable brake settings on this bike, if I remember.
Yeah, there's three brake settings on it and 2 traction control settings on it.
And that adjusts both, not only ABS, but it changes the method that the linked braking works?
Yeah, it changes the amount of force before your linked braking activates.
Okay. What is the warranty on this bike?
Factory warranty is 3 years on it, unlimited mileage.
Well, Don, I hope you get a lot of miles on it and that you never have to use your warranty. I hope you ride it safely and you come back and you spend some time on the VOG and tell us about it.
Oh, I'll still be there.
Okay. I mean, we're not changing our name to the COG.net yet. For the VOG.net, I think. I'm the Gadget Guru, Andy Parr, and I'll see you on the road and online.